Have you ever set a goal that looked perfect on paper, but left you feeling completely disconnected, overwhelmed, or even resentful once you got started? Well, good news, you're not broken. Traditional goal setting just wasn't built for handmade business owners like you. Let's talk about why that is and what actually does work for intuitive, sensitive business owners who are done sacrificing their energy just to be productive. You probably know this cycle. You start the year with the best intentions. You map out your goals. You commit to sticking to them. And for a little while, you do until life happens. Your energy dips, your focus scatters, you stop checking in, and soon those once exciting goals start to feel like a silent source of shame. Sound familiar? Here's the truth: most goal setting methods ignore the emotional and energetic reality of being a handmade business owner. They assume linear progress, they assume consistency means doing the same thing every day. They assume that you can always push through resistance. But when your energy is cyclical, when you process life through intuition, emotion, or even neurodivergence, these systems don't just fail, they can harm. You start to doubt your dreams. You wonder if you're lazy. You stop trusting yourself. The problem isn't you, it's the system. When we ignore our body's signals and force ourselves to perform from a state of dysregulation, our nervous system stays stuck in fight or flight or freeze. According to polyvagal theory, this means we're operating from survival, not strategy. In that state, the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision making, focus, and creative thinking, literally goes offline. So, no matter how detailed your planner is or how motivated you feel in the moment, your brain can't fully access the functions it needs to follow through. Over time, this creates a pattern of chronic stress and self betrayal. You start associating planning with panic. Your body starts bracing against your own goals. And that's where shame creeps in. Not because you're undisciplined, but because your system was never supported. Understanding this changes everything because now you can stop blaming your willpower and start listening to your wisdom. Do you remember a time your body gave you a clear no, but you pushed through anyway? How did that play out? Let's talk about it in the comments. Okay, now what's the alternative? Let me show you. Imagine goal setting that feels nourishing rather than nerve wracking. What if it honored your energy instead of demanding a level of consistency that you just can't sustain? That's the shift I made in my business and what I now teach inside my focus and follow through planner. Once I stopped treating goals like a task to be conquered and started treating them like desires to be nurtured, everything changed. I began with a simple practice: visualizing my desired state. Not what I wanted to achieve in 90 days, but how I wanted to feel in my business, how I wanted my days to flow, what version of me I wanted to be living from. This shift helped me to release pressure based productivity, regulate my nervous system before planning, align my goals with my values, cycles, and energy, which made follow through feel like devotion, not discipline. When I say desired state goal setting, I'm talking about goal setting that starts from the inside, from sensations, from truth, from self trust. When you start with your desired emotional state, you're activating what neuroscience calls the brain's default mode network, the part responsible for internal reflection, emotional regulation, and sense of self. It helps you tune into your inner truth rather than outsourcing your goals to external standards of success. From a nervous system perspective, starting with how you want to feel shifts your body into ventral vagal activation, the state where connection, creativity, and executive functioning are most accessible. Instead of triggering urgency or overwhelm, which activates survival responses, you're anchoring into safety. And from safety, your brain can plan clearly, your heart can choose wisely, and your body can actually follow through. This is why traditional goal setting often leads to burnout, and why desired state goal setting builds sustainable momentum. You're not chasing a goal out of fear, you're becoming someone who lives aligned with what they truly value. Have you ever tried setting goals based on how you want to feel? Let me know below. Or tell me what your desired state is right now. So, how should we be goal setting instead? Let's break it down together in the next section. If you're ready to set goals that actually feel good and follow through without burnout, here's what I recommend instead of traditional goal setting. Step one, you're going to regulate your energy before you plan. Planning from a dysregulated state almost always leads to overcommitting or disconnection. Here's what's really going on when you plan from a dysregulated state. When your nervous system is activated, stuck in fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, your brain shifts resources away from higher level thinking and into survival mode. That means the prefrontal cortex, which governs executive functioning like planning, decision making, and self regulation, takes a back seat. In its place, the amygdala, your brain's fear center, steps in, scanning for danger and trying to keep you safe. This often results in reactive fear based planning, overcommitting, people pleasing, or shutting down altogether. From this place, your plans are more likely to be rooted in urgency, perfectionism, or shame, not sustainability. And because your body doesn't feel safe, any structure you create from this state becomes another source of stress. You're trying to strategize while your system is screaming, not now. That's why regulation must come before planning. Now, step two, anchoring into your desired emotional state before choosing your next step taps into what psychologists call affect driven behavior. This means that our actions are often shaped not by logic alone, but by how we expect something will make us feel. By identifying and visualizing the emotion you want to cultivate, calm, joy, confidence, spaciousness, you activate the brain's reticular activating system, a filtering mechanism that starts noticing opportunities, people, and ideas that align with that state. It's like telling your subconscious, hey, this matters, let's make it real. At the same time, anchoring into that desired feeling helps regulate your hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which manages your stress response. When you plan from a state of emotional clarity, not chaos, your cortisol levels drop. You're no longer reacting, you're responding from a grounded, embodied place. This is how your goals start working with your biology instead of against it. Now, step three, you're going to choose aligned actions that support that feeling. Instead of setting arbitrary goals, you'll start to naturally identify next steps that feel nourishing and still move you forward. This is sacred structure. This is intuitive planning. This is how soft success begins. And this is exactly what we practice inside the Balance and Thrive Starter Kit. It includes the Wheel of Life ritual, intuitive prompts, and a calming Reiki meditation to ground your next step. Now, if this 3 step reframe helped you feel lighter already, go ahead and tap that like button and give yourself credit for showing up for this shift. Now, in the next video, I'll give you my favorite prompt to get crystal clear on what you actually want. No shame, no second guessing. If traditional goals have ever made you feel like a failure, please hear this. You were never the problem. The method just wasn't built for your kind of magic. But you can set and follow through on aligned goals. You just need a method that honors your nervous system, your cycles, and your soul. That's what the Balance and Thrive Starter Kit is here for. It's a gentle reset for overwhelmed creatives who crave clarity, not more chaos. You can download it below. It's free, and it's the best way to start shifting how you relate to goals. And if you're ready to clarify what you really want, meet me in the next video.